Now, let's cross to London and catch up with the editor of Spiked Online, Brendan O'Neill. Brendan, always good to catch up with you. Have you managed to get out to the pub and actually mingle a little bit? You know, cheers some glasses and stuff? Good.
Yeah, I've been to the pub twice this week. We're now allowed inside pubs, so that's a real relief because the weather here at the moment is unbelievably bad. It's thunder and hail almost every single day. So sweet relief that the pubs are finally open. The rules are a bit too strict for my liking. You have to sign in, you have to give a name and a phone number, and you have to have a special barcode for when you're walking around the pub. So it's a bit dystopian and it's a bit weird. But sitting in a warm pub having a pint is something that lots of us have missed.
We're a bit more sophisticated, mate. Here we just have QR codes on our phone, and we've all gotten used to it. And it's a small price to pay for a cold beer and a good meal. It's great to hear that the UK is opening up like that, even though, as you say, you might want to speed it along. And the success of the vaccine rollout really for the UK is really important for Australia because it demonstrates that AstraZeneca is okay and people should just get on with it.
Absolutely. The rollout of the vaccine here has been an incredible success, and the vaccines are fine. They don't have much of an impact on people. There are some side effects, but in the vast majority of people, they are incredibly mild. And the benefits of the vaccine massively, massively outweigh any potential downsides, because what it means for a country like the UK, which was hit very badly by COVID-19, obviously far, far worse than Australia, what it means is that we can get back to normal. We can start to open up. And at some point, we can start to open our borders properly as well. The thing that's concerning me at the moment is that I think a lot of people have lost the knack of freedom, and lots of politicians and public health experts are saying we have to be careful, we have to take it slowly, we have to embrace a new normal of voluntary social distancing and maybe staying at home more than we used to. I think people have lost sight of how important everyday freedom is, and recovering that will be just as important as it is to roll out the vaccine.
Yeah, tell me about it. It's like that in Australia, and we've been through nothing compared to what the UK's been through. Now, I wanted to get your thoughts, Brendan, on Prince Harry. It just never ceases to amaze me. A bloke who complains about media intrusion and rushes across to America supposedly to get away from the media, signs up for these big media interviews. Now he's doing a documentary, pontificating to the world, apparently, on mental health.
It's crazy. You know, Prince Harry, he's gone from being everyone's favourite, tearaway prince. He used to get drunk and play naked billiards in Las Vegas and drink champagne from his friend's prosthetic leg. You know, he used to be the prince who was a bit of fun. And now he's become this boring, self-important, woke Prince of Wokeness. That's what he is. And it's really actually getting on lots of people's nerves. But the great irony, as you say, is that he and Meghan claim they want a private life, but I've never known so much about him as I do now. He's always spilling the beans about his life on the Oprah Winfrey Show, on various podcasts, and on these TV series he's making. He's telling us about his intimate feelings and emotions and his family relationships all the time. And I'm now saying, look, keep it to yourself, mate. You know, stop telling us so much stuff. So I think they use the banner of privacy to have a go at certain media outlets. But actually, these two people are not interested in a real private life at all.
Yeah, that's the extraordinary irony here, the complete paradox. Let's just have a look. I think we've got a little tease of this documentary.
All over the world, people are in some kind of mental, psychological, emotional pain.
What words have you heard around mental health? Crazy?
Lost it, can't keep it together. With that stigma of being labeled the other, the telling of the story, being able to say, this is what happened to me, is crucial.
Yeah, I always love it when millionaires tell us how we can deal with our daily toils. Prince Harry and Meghan probably think America is the best place on the world because the only people they meet there are millionaires and billionaires.
Well, that's exactly right. I mean, that they talk about escaping the bubble of the royal family, the gilded cage of the royal family, but they've gone into another gilded cage, and one, in my view, that is far worse because it is so self-obsessed and narcissistic. And what you have with Oprah talking to Harry about these issues, you have a billionaire, an extraordinarily wealthy woman, a very successful woman, talking with a prince of the United Kingdom, who is very wealthy as well, talking about how difficult their lives have been, how much pain they have, and how they can help us little people get over all our problems. It really just stinks. It just reeks of a new aristocracy looking down their noses and seeking to enlighten the others, the small people, the little people. And I think that's going to rub a lot of people up the wrong way. They just wish that Harry and Meghan would stop being a pain in the neck. If they want to be celebrities, fine, but don't use their soapbox to constantly have a go at the rest of us.
Well, Prince Harry has been called out brilliantly because he's had a whinge about the First Amendment to the US Constitution, which gives people freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of assembly and the like. But Meghan McCain, the daughter of the former Senator John McCain, tweeted back to Harry. Let's have a look at what she tweeted. A wonderful riposte. She said, "We fought a war in 1776, so we didn't have to care what you say or think," the British royal family, that is. That being said, you've chosen to seek refuge from your homeland here and thrive because of all of what our country has to offer. And one of the biggest things is the First Amendment. Show some utter respect. She actually scored the bullseye there, didn't she, Brendan?
Absolutely. I think that was a great riposte. Meghan McCain is absolutely right. The Americans had a revolution to kick the royals, to kick the Brits out of their country so that they could create a free, democratic country, one of the first countries on earth that was founded on the ideals of freedom. And the most important being the First Amendment, the freedom of speech, which Americans actually take very seriously. And I think Brits and Australians could learn a lot from that too. For Harry to poo-poo the First Amendment, which is such a core part of American life, that is a real slap in the face to this country that has given him refuge, as Meghan McCain says, from his family. So he really needs to grow up. He needs to show some respect to his hosts, and he needs to show some respect for freedom of speech, which is a liberty all of us should enjoy.
Well said, Brendan. Thanks for joining us again. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Chris.
Brendan O'Neill there, the editor of Spiked Online, live from London.